Some giant planets are so hot that their upper atmosphere behaves like a roaring jet engine. Scientists found that heat waves inside them hit with real pressure, almost like invisible hammers. If you could stand there, the heat wouldn't just burn you, the pressure would shake you to the bone. It sounds strange, but galaxies have smells. No scents we can actually breathe in, but the chemicals floating in their clouds match things we know on Earth. Some regions would remind you of hot metal, some of bitter almonds, and others of fresh soil after rain. Researchers discovered that certain stars have something that acts like iron storms beneath their surface. The temperature is so extreme that iron turns into liquid and swirls around the core like rivers of molten metal. It's something we can't even recreate on Earth. When two neutron stars crash into each other, they create more than an explosion. They form gold, platinum, and even the raw material for rare gems, so the ring on your finger might have started in a collision that happened billions of years ago. Some distant planets are split in half, literally. One side is locked in endless daylight and burns at unbelievable temperatures. The other side is frozen in permanent night. Winds between the two sides blast across the planet like a burning saw blade. Scientists found a planet whose clouds are made of metal. When droplets fall, the planet's strong magnetic field pulls them sideways, turning the rainfall into a storm of metallic sparks. Imagine a sky full of falling metal. The sun has something like a heartbeat, not a real one, but it expands and contracts on a steady rhythm every few minutes. These tiny pulses can actually affect space weather and sometimes signals from satellites around Earth. Some black holes don't just swallow matter. After consuming huge amounts of gas, they shoot out jets of plasma at nearly the speed of light. These jets stretch across thousands of light years like cosmic spears. A few planets have atmospheres arranged in neat layers almost like the rings inside an onion. Each layer has its own color, density, and even chemical smell. Flying through them would feel like passing through several different worlds in a row. At the centers of some galaxies, energy builds up so intensely that particles shoot out at near light speed. It's like a natural particle accelerator on a scale far beyond anything we could ever build. Some nebulae act like giant nurseries. They're filled with thick clouds of gas where new stars form by the hundreds. Each bright spot is basically a young sun growing inside the darkness. Several icy moons in our solar system hide deep oceans under their frozen crusts. These oceans may be warm and rich in minerals. If life exists somewhere nearby, it might be swimming in a sea that never sees sunlight. Some stars create molecules that are essential for life, things similar to simple sugars and early building blocks of cells. So the ingredients for life aren't Earth only, they are scattered across space. A black hole doesn't just pull in matter, it drags time with it. If you were close to one, a minute for you could feel like days or even years for the rest of the universe. You'd barely move, while the world outside races ahead. There are planets that spin so quickly they start tearing themselves apart. The force from their rotation pulls the outer layers outward until pieces break off into space. It's like watching a world peel itself open. Near the center of the Milky Way, clouds of gas heat up so much that they constantly break apart and reform. This creates a pulsing rhythm, almost like the galaxy has its own slow, uneven breath. Some stars spin so fast that they flatten into a shape closer to a frying pan than a sphere. If our sun spun at that rate, a full day on Earth might last only a few minutes. Scientists detected massive waves traveling across space caused by clashes between giant cosmic structures. These waves move across distances bigger than entire clusters of galaxies. A few planets have cloud rivers, thick, heavy clouds that flow over each other like moving layers of steam. Looking up at the sky there would feel like staring at an upside-down ocean. Far out in space, there are objects that are almost completely invisible. They don't give off light, heat, or signals of any kind. The only way we know they're there is because of the gravity they create. They're like real shadows floating through the universe.